The basketball tournament and the Columbus Regional wraps up today here at Capital University. Carmen's Crew and the Red Scare trying to clinch the Columbus title to advance on to Chicago for the $2 million prize that is at stake. Carmen's Crew, the top seed. Red Scare, number 3. Ohio State and Dayton both strongly represented in this bracket, both of them advancing yesterday. Carmen's Crew with a victory over Big X, and Red Scare survived a scare from Mid-American Unity to move into today's Columbus Regional Final. This is just the first of a lot more basketball that you'll be able to experience from the basketball tournament on the ESPN outlets. Loyalty is Love of the Fort Wayne Champs in Lexington, Team Hines and Team CP3 in Greensboro. And Louisiana United and the Jackson, Tennessee Underdogs will meet in Memphis, Tennessee. And everybody eventually trying to get to Chicago. The winner from here in Columbus will take on the Salt Lake Victors as they move into the semifinals and the championship for the basketball tournament and the $2 million that are at stake for the winners. And thanks for joining us with a big crowd expected today here at Capital University in Columbus. Paul Keels, Dan Dockich, Jen Hale. It's been fun for the last 2 days. Should be a fun one today with a big crowd on hand here today.
We walked in here a couple hours before and people were lined up. Now understand, it's only 3 million degrees outside and with 1,000% humidity, but both sides, Dayton, Ohio State, people lined up. This is going to be a blast.
It certainly is. Devin Oliver for the Red Scare has been having a blast with the way he's played, including the game-ending tip dunk yesterday.
Yeah, it was a walk-off tip dunk, but really this entire tournament, you see the numbers right there, and it started from the get-go. 22 in the first half of the first game, and his last play in this tournament, he rocking the baby, too. Of course, this was the game winner. Remember the Elam ending? That right there ended it. Devin Oliver, thus far, the player of this regional.
As hot as it's been outside, William Buford has been that hot for Carmen's Crew.
Started out for Carmen's Crew first game, 5 for 5 from 3. Then against the Big X yesterday, topped that by going 6 for 6 for 3 and hit step backs. William Buford, I don't know how he's not in the NBA. I honestly don't. He has been on fire basically his entire life.
Jared Sullinger back coaching Carmen's Crew after missing yesterday. Dallas Lauderdale filled in as the head coach in that victory. But Jared Sullinger, well, he learned a lot of what he knows from his father, a former collegiate player and coach, Satch Sullinger, who's standing by with Jen Hale.
Indeed, Paul, 35 years of coaching experience right here. A Naismith Hall of Fame winning coach, as a matter of fact. Satch, is it a little bit weird now for you to watch your son coaching and you have to sit on the sidelines when normally it was you coaching him?
Well, you know, it's called the rites of passage. I remember when I started coaching, someone was stepping out the way to open the door for me. And so it's just a human process, a normal process, and that's what he was born to do, play the game, and if you play it, you can coach it.
Did you give him any advice for today?
None whatsoever. The only way to gain experience is by being inexperienced in the situation.
Now, you told me you used to get nervous coaching before the game tipped off. Are you nervous for him today?
No. Those 18 inches he's sitting in is his responsibility.
Now, you can just sit back and enjoy it. Satch, you have seen more Ohio basketball than probably just about anybody I know. Give us a little insight. Put on your analyst hat. What are you watching for between these two Ohio teams today?
Well, the first one that can interrupt the point guard is going to interrupt team chemistry. I've never seen anybody in college basketball play harder than Aaron Craft, and he's a defensive guy. So if he can interrupt the offense by making someone else handle the ball, then that team will have an advantage.
Great stuff, Satch. Thanks for spending a minute with us. We appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
Paul, we'll send it back to you.
All right, we'll get a chance to look at some of the rules for TBT, the basketball tournament. A little different from what most folks are accustomed to. 4 9-minute quarters. After 5 team fouls, all fouls are 2-shot opportunities. International goaltending rules. After the ball hits the rim, any player can play the ball except on free throws. Timeouts, 3 30s, 1 full. Only 2 30s carry over to the second half. And the most notable difference, the Elam ending at the first dead ball after the 4-minute mark of the fourth quarter. Add 8 points to the leading team score, and that's the target score that both teams, the team that's leading and the team that's trailing, have a chance to try and achieve. to win the basketball game. The game clock goes out of play. The shot clock is still in effect. But, Dan, that is the most significant change for what most people know of.
It is, and it's exciting. It causes great intensity and great nervousness inside the arena from everybody. It is absolutely, in my opinion, the best way to end a basketball game that I've ever seen.
Air Force Reserve starting lineups for Carmen's Crew: Aaron Craft, David Lighty, Evan Ravenel, William Buford, and Jeff Gibbs will be their starters in the white uniforms. For Red Scare: Devin Oliver, Daryl Davis, Kyle Davis, Kendall Pollard, and V. Sanford, wearing the dark red uniforms. And this is somewhat of a pseudo rematch of the 2014 NCAA tournament game in Buffalo, where Dayton surprised Ohio State in that tournament.
Yeah, 6 players in this game, 2 for Ohio State, 4 for Dayton. Aaron Craft and LaQuinton Ross for Ohio State. The Davises, Pollard, and the guy jumping center right now, Devin Oliver.
Anthony Eads, Matt Potter, and Steve McJunkin, the officials for today's game. Big crowd supporting both teams on hand here at Capital University as Carmen's Crew starts with the basketball and Aaron Craft starts with a turnover.
If you listen in the background, you're going to hear the Dayton Flyer crowd. It's been awesome all week. It's incredible, this crowd chanting defense and going nuts. It has been so much fun watching these Dayton Flyer fans come and fill the place.
Kendall Pollard scores on the drive over Evan Ravenel. So the Red Scare get on the board first. This is their first year participating in the basketball tournament, and a turnover as Davis comes down with a steal from Craft. 2-0 Red Scare, the lead in the basketball. V. Sanford misfires from deep in the corner.
See the guy with the ball? The guy with the ball has been the most valuable player for Ohio State, David Lighty. And you can make the argument David Lighty has always been the most valuable player for Ohio State every game he's ever played.
Well, Thad Mott has stumped for years that a statue should be built outside of the Value City Arena of David Lighty. Craft down the lane. Again, has the ball knocked away from him, but Carmen's Crew will hang on to it.
Hey, if Aaron Craft's going to throw the ball away every time, I can't give him the normal Aaron Craft type love that I give him.
Oh, I doubt that. Jeff Gibbs, who's been a great addition this year to Carmen's Crew, feeds it to Lighty for 3.
Did you see that pass? That pass went between the legs of Davis. Gibbs got caught in the air and fired it, got lucky, and I'm telling you, Lighty's been unbelievable.
Kyle Davis misses on the drive, and here comes Carmen's Crew on the breakout. Lighty to the hoop. No, it's Buford. Returning to Lighty. Same spot, different result.
All right, that's bad basketball. I don't ever say this about David Lighty, but that's bad basketball. You got to lay it in. Watch this go through the legs right here. Right there between the wickets. And Lighty knocks it in. Maybe in the time that I've been broadcasting David Lighty, that's the first time I've ever said that's bad basketball. He just needs to go lay the last one in. Doesn't need to kick it out.
Carmen's Crew the lead of 1. Red Scare with the basketball. Daryl Davis takes it to the hole and scores.
He is an offensive machine. Daryl Davis can score. He's one of those guys that'll be 45 years old playing in the men's league getting buckets.
Red Scare the lead of 1. Carmen's Crew with the basketball. Craft looking inside, gets it to Gibbs. Down on the block, he'll throw it top of the key for the red-hot William Buford. And down comes Devin Oliver with a carry for the Red Scare. Quick 3 in the air, down the bucket for Daryl Davis.
How about Daryl Davis? Look at this crowd. This is great.
You can see him and you can hear him.
Oh, it's awesome.
7-3, Red Scare with the lead. Evan Ravenel had a notion to shoot, feeds Buford, stops, pops, scores.
Buford made a great move there. He got low, he got strong, and he got in the lane, missed a shot, wasn't deterred.
He has shot better than 60% from the floor in the first 2 games in this regional here at Capital University. 7-5, Red Scare, the lead in the ball. Davis has it get away from him, and Craft ends up with a pumpkin in his hands. Feeding Buford. Foul.
Point guards, kids out there, do what Aaron Craft just did. Took his time, he looked left, then he looked right, then he looked off and got it to the right guy at the right time for either a bucket or a foul. You don't get in a hurry when you're the point guard. You have the ball, you control it on transition. Make the right play, but take your time.
William Buford has taken his time to be able to score in double figures of each of these 2 games. 16 points Friday, 24 points yesterday. The pride of Libby High School in Toledo. And a 4-point start for William Buford. Ties the game at 7. Daryl Davis starts the offense for the Red Scare. Kendall Pollard outside the perimeter. Shoots it over Ravenel. Underneath, rebound, put back is good for Daryl Davis, who's got 7.
Rebound basket, transition 3, pull-up jump shot. What else you got to do?
Gibbs on the drive, unsuccessful, but Carmen's Crew will keep the basketball.
Jeff Gibbs, see him right there. He's the post man. He's the shortest guy, 6'2". His wife told him, play till you're 40. She did. He's 38. He has 2 more years on a deal in Japan. So 25 points, 25 rebounds. Look at here.
Lighty.
They've been running that play. That's a Thad Matta up screen, slip a double screen. They've been running it since Thad put it in probably in 1962.
A game even at 9. Devin Oliver for the Red Scare. Working on Courtney Pigram, who's come into the game. Fade away in the corner. Bruns with a tip that won't fall. And with the game even at 9, Carmen's Crew running it up the court here in the first quarter. Quick jumper, no good. Buford. Kraft tips the ball, but it goes out of bounds. Turning it over to Red Scare.
All right, watch this inbounds. Up screen, come off a double, slip it. Up screen, boom, right there. Lighty slips the screen. Davis made a bad move. Nobody communicated. They've been running that play at Ohio State. They do it with Chris Holtman. They do it with Thad Matta. Did it with Thad Matta.
Speaking of Chris Holtman, he is here, the current Ohio State coach, along with Anthony Grant, the current Dayton coach. Feed under the basket, and there's V. Sanford getting a reverse layup.
V. Sanford's the guy that hit the shot to beat Ohio State,
He
right?
certainly did. In Buffalo in the 2014 NCAA tournament. 11-9, Red Scare with the lead. Carmen's Crew with the basketball. Courtney Pigram has it poked away, but he outfights the Red Scare player to get it. Kraft back with it. Pressure all over the floor. Kraft gets tied up, and we get a jump ball signal. Possession will go to the Red Scare. Why is it not surprising that there's bodies on the floor? Aaron Kraft's involved.
I was talking to my son yesterday. He was a little incredulous.
Incredulous?
Yes, that Kraft only had 1 foul.
I did hear him say that
Yeah.
back there after the game.
Yeah, but I said, watch the tape. And referees. But Aaron Kraft influences the game. Satch said it. Satch Sullinger said it. I mean, he's going to influence this eventually. Got off to a tough start.
Whoa! Hot start for Daryl Davis, who has scored 10 right out of the gate.
He is a scoring guy. He'll always be skinny. He's like Reggie Miller. Never ages.
Pigram in the corner. This fires on the 3 try. Offensive rebound. Buford missing in the putback. Daryl Davis with the rebound for the Red Scare, who has a 14-9 lead. Kevin Dillard, who's come in for David Goodwin's team. Here's Oliver. One-on-one on Lighty. Oliver misses on the 3. But we'll get a foul call. Boy, Daryl Davis has been the hot shooter for the Red Scare of Dayton, coming right out of the gate, giving them a 14-9 lead over Carmen's Crew. TBT 2019, the $2 million winner-take-all basketball tournament is presented by Puma Basketball. Our next WNBA game is Tuesday with Asia Wilson and the Western Conference leading Las Vegas Aces hosting the Seattle Storm. 10 Eastern, 7 Pacific on ESPN2 and the ESPN app. Here in Columbus, the regional final of the basketball tournament. It's 14-9. The Red Scare from Dayton leading Carmen's Crew of Ohio State. There's Damon Goodwin, the Red Scare coach, former Dayton Flyer, pride of St. Mary's, Ohio. Damon is currently the coach here at Capital University. He's had a great run here. We mentioned he's been a coach of the year 6 times in the OAC.
OAC's no joke either.
No, it is not.
You got 2 guys playing it. Uh-oh.
Pollard keeps it in play for the Red Scare, who almost turned it over. Aaron Kraft ties up Daryl Davis. Jump ball will give Carmen's Crew the ball back.
I think one of the things we saw the other day with Aaron Craft, he paces himself a little bit. First half only played 10 minutes, and then the second half kind of dominated the game. And you know he's always going to be around it. I mean, there he goes.
Hold it out like a loaf of bread. He's going to get it.
You know, this is going to sound crazy to you. Okay?
All right.
You know who's a little like Aaron Craft?
Who's that?
Zion Williamson.
Okay.
I'll tell you why. Zion Williamson makes all the right plays like that. Like if he sees the ball, Zion Williamson, smartest basketball player in college basketball last year. When he sees the ball like that, he dives in at the right time.
Daryl Davis on fire.
Wow. Big Possums walk late, baby.
17-9, Red Scare. Here's Lighty, head of the key. Gibbs an offensive rebound.
25 points, 25 rebounds, national championship game for Otterbein as they beat Elizabethtown by 20.
Kyle Davis.
Division III.
Throws it wide, but saved by Ryan Bruns. Tied up by Diebler. Bruns back with it in traffic. Loses it out of bounds. So Damon Goodwin's probably got to like Jen Hale what he's seeing from Daryl Davis in his shooting here.
Indeed, Paul. How could you not? A dominating lead and team shooting 50% from the field, 75% from three. Now, if Damon has a concern, here's what it is. Take a look at that Red Scare bench. There's only 2 reserves in red jerseys. So fatigue could be a factor today. It's something that Damon Goodwin knows he's going to have to manage, especially after yesterday's emotional win. So although he's loving the lead, he doesn't want the team to get too hot and run out of steam before the end of the fourth quarter.
I don't think he liked that foul against Kyle Davis and Aaron Craft.
You're good.
I don't think Kyle liked it either. He's kind of walking back, waving off the official.
First one good for Aaron Craft's first points. Had 11 yesterday. 1 of 6 in double figures for Carmen's Crew. From Liberty Benton High School in Findlay, Ohio, Aaron Craft. That ends what was an 8-0 run for Red Scare. 17-11, the Dayton alums with a lead. Kevin Dillard stalked by Aaron Craft. Daryl Davis checked by Courtney Pigram. Pollard pulls up, shoots, misses over Ross. Offensive rebound. Kyle Davis for the Red Scare. Long one, Dillard. In and out.
Ooh.
Kind of thought that was going the other way also.
Yeah, I did. I thought that was going to stay with the Red Scare.
Yeah. Carmen's Crew with the ball.
Big guy in a hat down the way today. Got up yelling, screaming. You can't yell and scream on press row.
No, not supposed to anyway. You get in trouble in the Big Ten for doing that.
Only you and I can yell and scream on press row. Or you don't, I do.
Aaron Craft behind a Ravenel vicious screen.
Yeah, if Ravenel does that again, it's going to be called.
Diebler.
Oh.
LaQuinton Ross a rebound, but loses the bumpkin.
Those of you used to college basketball, this isn't called the same way. Kyle Davis made a great move. I love Kyle Davis. Tell you what, he got a bad call. He didn't get sad. He didn't sulk. He's a pro. He got after it. Look at him here.
Tried a double team on Ross. Now LaQuinton Ross working on Oliver. Turns. Rattles down.
Man, off the wrong foot, but he kept his elbow under the ball. And LaQuinton Ross even looked at it like, I don't know what to tell you. He is a scoring dude, LaQuinton Ross.
Has had double figures in the first 2 games in this regional. Pollard down on the block. Ball faking, and Ravenel got a piece of it.
I love guys that get a bad call and they don't sulk. There is never a time to sulk in hoops. Bad call, so what? Go right at the guy. And that's exactly what Kyle Davis did. Kyle Davis is taking this matchup. You can see it sitting courtside with Aaron Craft. Very personal, and I love it. No reason to get scared, nervous, uptight. You go right at him. You fight.
And there's Kyle Davis fighting for a shot.
Hey, maybe don't take a bad shot, but that's all right. Look at this. Look at these guys. Look at Kyle Davis.
On the floor, tied up with Courtney Pigram. Jump ball goes to the Red Scare.
Oh, we're getting after it today. Legend.
Lot
Paul
of floor
Keels
burns.
is a legend, people. This is his state.
All
his
straight
kind of
to them.
hoops.
Card.
Carmen's Crew on a drive after a turnover, but LaQuinton Ross gets fouled by Kevin Dillard trying to take it to the rack.
Tell you right now, if you're just flipping channels and you caught this game, this is going to be the most heated summer basketball game you watch all year. You can just tell the crowd is into every call. The players are into every call, diving on the floor. Summer League is great. There's another tournament going on. It's kind of an old-timers tournament. This will be the most intense basketball game you see the entire summer.
And it has been so far.
Yeah, no question.
No disappointment. LaQuinton Ross, who drew the foul, is at the line. A native of the state of Mississippi, played at Ohio State, was part of the Buckeye team that played the Dayton Flyers in the NCAA tournament in 2014.
Got 10 in the game.
Rolls it right down the ropes for his 4th point.
I was trying to remember the game, and I was trying to remember him. And the only thing I remember that kid could just score. It was his last game at Ohio State. It was Aaron Craft's last game at Ohio
Yes.
State.
Red Scare, the ball in the lead, 19-15 as the first quarter comes winding down. Kyle Davis. Recovers from his slip.
No, we'll take it.
Misses on a dunk try, Pollard. David Lighty, see if he can change the momentum here at the end of the quarter for Carmen's Crew. B. Sanford's got him defensively. Down the paint, Lighty. Sanford gets a pick. No, jump ball.
Let's see. Lighty made a great move. Kind of cupped the ball. You see he's saying it there. He got in there. I'd go jump ball.
Didn't see any wrist there?
A little bit. All right, right here. Same move, screen. Come off a double. A lot of options. Lighty got it.
Oh, he almost got that score. But the first quarter comes to an end here at the basketball tournament at Capital University in Columbus. 19-15. Red Scare ahead of Carmen's Crew.
TBT is taking over Chicago for Championship Week. 8 teams, single elimination, $2 million, winner take all. August 1st through the 6th at Wintrust Arena. Visit thetournament.com/tickets to secure your seats today.
And here's a look how Carmen's Crew will share their $2 million sent with Zelle. $2 million at stake for the winner of the basketball tournament. And we'll go inside the Carmen's Crew huddle with Jared Sullinger.
We can switch everything. We can switch everything with this group. Guys, rebound. Everybody has to rebound. When we rebound, run, run, run. Move the ball. Move the ball. Remove yourself. Come on, man. We're good. It's only 3 points, 4 points.
Inside the huddle presented by Puma. Jared Sullinger back coaching. He missed yesterday's game. He coached Friday. Former Ohio State center.
$200,000 for him? Ooh.
Good work if you can get it.
Yeah, he's stealing.
Kind of like what you got paid at Bowling Green, right?
You damn right.
B. Sanford starts it for Red Scare, shoots it off the dribble and knocks down a 3.
Man, you got to get up into B. He can make everything. I mean, B. Sanford is a shooter, man. You give him an inch, he's going to drill it.
William Buford for Carmen's Crew drives the lane, turns and shoots from the stripe and scores it.
Hard to guard. They're getting up into William Buford because he's made everything in this tournament, but he got a lot of game to him.
6 for 6 from three-point range yesterday for Carmen's Crew. Devin Oliver working on Lighty, brings it back out top. Goes back into the paint, and we get a traveling call.
David Lighty, you can see, takes every game personal. David Lighty has a lot of pride in himself, in his game, everything, and he is not letting at all Oliver go anywhere. He knows Oliver's averaging 24 and a half. So instead of shying away from it, what does he do? He goes at it. That's what you're supposed to do.
Carmen's Crew, a cold shooting first quarter, 27%, trying to heat it up. Lighty trying to heat it up, down on the block, out of a double team, feeds Kraft. Now Buford, who's been hot all weekend, stays hot.
What do you do? Davis was right up into it.
Carmen's Crew down just a couple. Dalvin Oliver, Red Scare, drives, stumbles, scores, despite it.
I don't know if that was a Euro step or a travel, but I don't care. That's a heck of a shot.
Here's Lighty going for a shot, scores, and one for David Lighty.
Kids out there, watch this and we show this again. Watch how David Lighty does two things. Number one, three things. Goes incredibly hard to the rim. He's not messing around here. Cups the ball against his chest. You got to practice this if you're going to do it. And then gives his best jump and keeps his chin on the rim. You saw the cup. Look at the chin go up. It's not just the eyes. A lot of guys say, well, eyes and chin are the same thing. Just no, they don't know. You put your chin on the rim, it lifts your whole body up, and nobody does it better than that kid.
Part of the 2007 Final Four team at Ohio State. David Lighty, an old-fashioned three-point play, giving him 8 on the day and putting Carmen's Crew a point behind the Red Scare. Kendall Pollard down low, working on Ross. Shoots at Pollard. Buford rebounds a miss. Red Scare a chance to try and come from behind and reclaim a lead. Buford's magic continues.
Hey, he went right around Oliver because Oliver was anticipating a pull-up. Buford read it, got to the rim.
The Carmen's Crew back on top by 1. Daryl Davis, he stays hot.
Man, you hate to clap at the table, but this is awesome.
16 for Daryl Davis. A quarter and a half into the game. Dietler. No answer. Offensive rebound Ross for Carmen's Crew. Once more Buford. Different result this time. But the Red Scare will lead the break with V. Sanford on the run. Sanford banks it in. Back and forth we go.
This up.
Dietler snaps it off.
Wow.
Buries it. You enjoying yourself?
Oh, this is incredible.
Sanford drives. Blocking foul called on David Lighty.
Hey, this is the beauty of this is they are playing so hard, and this means so much. Daryl Davis is unbelievable. He got it going early and often, like voting in Chicago, and the rest of the team has just followed suit. This is deep, but the beauty of this game is the intensity with everybody in the gym. I'm talking about the players, the fans, the coaches. Hell, you and me, Paul. This is incredible.
It is. V. Sanford, who was 6 for 11 from the floor yesterday against Mid-American Unity, has bagged his 8th and trying now for his 9th point, and has it.
I hate to see a foul call because of stoppage in play. Let's go.
31-28, Red Scare here in the second quarter from Capital University. Ross drives a baseline, misses on the reverse.
Here we go.
And it's Daryl Davis going. Oliver feeds Bruns down on the block. Baseline jumper. Nope.
Bruns first team, a two-time All-American, just got done playing at Ohio Northern, one of the great Division III programs in the country.
And a late addition to the Red Scare team, but a good one. 5.5 to play, second quarter. Kraft driving. Boy, they closed down on Buford in a hurry. He still shoots and scores.
Hey, you're right. They ran out here at him. Smart, get him off the three-point line. But William Buford, now here's the thing. I'm watching William Buford. He's a little bit tired. He's going to have to do this in the second half.
Sanford misfires.
Let's go.
Lighty the rebound. Kraft the advancement. Layup good and one for Aaron Kraft.
You want to see Smart? Outlet pass to Kraft. Right ahead. Now watch Kraft cut the defender off right here. This is so good. Watch. Great up, throw it up the court. Watch, cuts him off right there. Sanford has nothing to do but foul right there. And again, chin on the rim, gets the ball over the front. What a great play.
Aaron Kraft makes things happen defensively, but you can't fall asleep on him offensively.
No, Aaron Kraft to get to the rim. Listen to this crowd.
Well, there's competition amongst the crowd groups.
Man, you're right. There is competition among the crowd.
Carmen's Crew with a lead of 1 and a chance to make it 2 with Aaron Craft going to the free throw line.
Hey, you
And this has been great for Capital University and the basketball tournament with the crowds that have been here Friday, Saturday, and today.
People get to see a beautiful campus. This place is absolutely spectacular here in Bexley. A little bit, what is it, north of downtown? What is it?
East.
East?
Something like that.
Oh.
Three-point play, Aaron Craft giving him 5 and giving Carmen's Crew a 2-point lead. And some backcourt pressure. Now it comes off. The Red Scare have Devin Oliver starting their offense. Shoots off the dribble. Tip is good for Kyle Davis.
Oh, man! I love him. I love that kid.
Ties the game.
Yeah, he's the littlest guy on the court. Goes after everything on both ends. Tough as nails. Left his man here, but that's all right. Got back, got a steal.
And with a steal, Kyle Davis. Blocked. Lighty. Into the lane, Ross. Dream shakes. Scores, but travels.
Oh, man. I don't know about that call. That seemed like he had a pivot foot pretty well established. Watch Kyle Davis get up here out of nowhere. Boom! Right here, look at Lighty. Oh, man. Lighty got up, he timed it. Kyle Davis went to the rim, and then on the other end, a travel.
Game tied with 4.5 to play, second quarter. Carmen's Crew on the Red Scare. Close defense by Diebler on Davis. Daryl Davis checked by Ravenel now on a switch.
Trying to post Diebler, can't.
Pollard. Little contact. Little foul. So Kendall Pollard will take a trip to the free throw line.
I thought Diebler got there. Let's see. He's over. Anytime a driver seems to go sideways, the call is always against the defense.
Free throw good on the front end for Kendall Pollard. His winning share to be sent with Zell. Kendall Pollard.
Jake Diebler, John's brother, assistant coach with Ohio State. Her dad just got back into coaching up at Dansbury. He is one of the legendary coaches.
Yes, he
You talk
is.
about playing fast. High school team, he wants them to score 100.
That would be Keith Diebler, whose son John has the basketball.
And Keith is here in the house.
Ravenel in the corner, fouled by Bruns as Ravenel went for a fadeaway that started to come a little short.
That's bad foul. That's just a really bad foul. Ravenel, as you said, this was going to be short, and he goes up and hits the shooter, and that is an absolute no-no in any level of basketball.
Play stopped with a Red Scare, owning a lead of 35-33 here in the second. Throughout the basketball tournament, you'll see some of the most original uniforms in sports. Be sure to check them out over at tbtgear.com and treat yourself to some official TBT apparel. Some nice looking uniforms. The Dayton uniform. There's a look at the Carmen's Crew uniform, showing the scarlet and gray Ohio State colors. Jen, there certainly is some different versions. The M on the Carmen's Crew being X'd out. That's because of the team up north in the state of Michigan.
Indeed, Paul. And then you look over at Red Scare's jerseys, and you know they went a little bit more sentimental route. They have a patch on the back of their jersey to honor their former teammate Steve McIlvain. A lot of our Ohio viewers will remember him as a fantastic standout for the Flyers. He passed away in 2016 at only 20 years old from hypertrophic cardiomyopathy. Very personal for me because I was diagnosed with dilated cardiomyopathy, and thankfully medicine worked, but at one point they only gave me 5 years to live with that too. And clearly it speaks to the amount of passion and loyalty the Dayton Flyer alums have for each other, that Steve may be gone, but certainly not forgotten. They're wearing him into battle today.
And the Red Scare with the ball. And a lead of just one. Kyle Davis. Working on Aaron Craft. No easy task. Gets by him.
Oh, man.
But misses.
Gave him a little Steve Smith half fake, half turnaround.
Courtney Pickram deep in the corner. And Pollard cleans the window for the Red Scare. A little more than 3 to play second quarter. The basketball tournament here at Capital University. The Bexley community of Columbus, Ohio. Feed to Bruns on the block. Ryan Bruns. Back to Kevin Dillard. Red Scare will keep it. What's going on Twitter here?
Well, I got one person saying, I don't think I've ever seen Dan Dakich enjoy himself so much at a basketball game. You're right about that. Ricky G says this TBT game is personal. Man, are you right about that? Let's see here. Travis Ardner says this is fun basketball. That crowd sounds electric on TV.
Well, there have been some great crowds in the other locations as well.
Look at this. A little step through.
But a foul.
Yeah, Wichita sold 70,000 tickets.
Incredible.
For a summer game. Wichita's. And Dayton, Ohio is awesome.
It is.
It is. Baseball park's great. Downtown's fantastic. They've done a great job with the entire city and the basketball history, as you know as well as anybody, of Don Donaher et al. Tremendous. Roosevelt Chapman.
Think about guys like Don May, Johnny Davis.
Don May took him, lost to UCLA, back in like 68 or so?
I think it was 67.
67?
One of those. Sunday night baseball in Atlanta for Braves Nationals as Washington tries to chase down Atlanta in the NL East. Our coverage begins at 6 Eastern on ESPN and the ESPN app with Baseball Tonight. Sunday night countdown. 37-34 Red Scare. Carmen's Crew with the ball. John Diebler, the all-time leading three-point shooter in Big Ten history. Jeff Gibbs from Otterbein College. Diebler behind the screen, shoots off the dribble, buries it.
Yeah, he was afraid that his dad would make him run after the game if he didn't make a few threes here. That's good defense. They're right up in his face, Pollard was.
Ties the game at 37. B. Sanford drives on Ravenel. Misses on the serve-up layup try. Here comes Kraft to the game tied. Diebler, another three. In and out. Foul committed. David Lighty stops the progress of Kyle Davis.
These refs are wore out, man. And the interesting thing is the great point guard play in this. You're not seeing in transition a lot of bad play. You're seeing the right play made. Now, Diebler may miss a shot or Oliver may miss a shot, but they're getting the ball from their point guard in the absolute right spot. Is a clinic on how to play point guard here in transition.
Tie game at 37 as we near the 2-minute mark second quarter. Diebler pokes it away from Oliver, but it is saved by Daryl Davis.
Oh, no.
Finally cools off.
Hey, if you make that, he traveled a little bit when he getting the ball, but who cares? I thought so, but who cares? Spun, jumped into a three. If he made that, shut it down. Whew. I jumped out of my seat and high-fived people. This is so great.
You do that anyway.
I know. This is great, man.
And or they do to you. I mean, you should be the mayor of Bexley now. The way people
are pretty nice.
Here.
You know what? The Ohio State kids are great, mature.
One of those mature players, Lighty, draws a foul after scoring a basket. A guy that can affect the game offensively and defensively.
He affects it. Offense, defense, transition, you name it. David Lighty affects it. I remember I was sitting, they didn't know I was listening, but John Gross and Thad Matta, when they got the commitment from David Lighty, I was sitting in front of them at an AAU event, and I remember how happy they were. And I asked my assistant, David Lighty's really good, but should they be that happy? Because he only averaged like 10, 11 points as a junior. It wasn't like he was averaging 40.
Well, here's the thing. If you remember that great class that was referred to as the Thad 5, David Lighty was the only one who was there more than 2 years.
Right.
Greg Oden, Mike Conley, Daquan Cook, and Othello Hunter. 40-37. Carmen's Crew on top.
Nice switch. Lighty anticipated was going for the steal. Good play by Dillard, not doing it.
Kendall Pollard. Back to Dillard. Shot clock near 10. Pollard will throw a long one and find it.
Pollard is big. Really, really big. He went from handling the ball as almost a point guard in the middle of the floor to hitting a three.
And David Lighty Mishandles it underneath, turning it over.
He was trying to make a pro move there. The pass, he was trying to run with the ball as he caught it and lost control. Watch this by Pollard. He had the ball earlier in the middle of the floor, and he just slides out to the three-point lane, shoots a little moon ball, goes.
6 points and 4 points in the first 2 games here this weekend at Capital. Kevin Dillard works on Diebler. Shoves him off.
Everybody wants to pick on John Diebler. Andrew Dockage's Big X team was trying to pick on John Diebler. Diebler walks by with the little Mutombo
Finger
wave. He knows they're picking on him.
No.
And then he slaps hands with Dillard. That's awesome. This is so great.
Game even at 40. Buford. Turnaround.
This is where they hurt you. We've seen Leidy in the post, Gibbs in the post, Ross in the post, Ravenel in the post, Buford in the post. You can't defend them all. You just can't.
Under a minute to play here in the second quarter. Kyle Davis. Now here's Devin Oliver. Oliver on Buford. Still with it. Shot clock down to 5 for Devin Oliver. Has to put it up. Air ball. 42-40. Carmen's Crew the lead of the ball.
You see what Kraft did there? Got the ball, looked immediately up, stopped, said one shot. So many guys don't know score in time. He knows, and listen to this crowd.
Me and the guys walk into this place. Now, you would have thought from the name of it, it's gonna be packed with sailors. So I immediately picked out the biggest guy in there, and I walked straight up to him. Now, he looks me square in the eye, and I swear he says, "Welcome to Navy Federal Credit Union." Whoa, friendly alert. I got a great auto rate out of that guy. Now I have a wonderful hybrid, slate blue, cream interior. He was so nice.
Navy Federal Credit Union. Our members are the mission.
42-40, Carmen's Crew, the lead and possession of the basketball with 13 seconds to play, and they preserved those final 13 seconds.
So many guys make dumb plays late in the half. They'll get it and they'll go. Aaron Kraft just said, no, we're stopping. He looked up, saw the time, realized that we can get one shot. And Jared Sullinger, smart. Let's get a timeout. We've got one to burn anyway. Let's figure it out. It is amazing how dumb. I mean, Coach Knight used to say dumb loses more than smart wins, and it's so true.
Run that by me again.
Dumb loses more than smart wins.
5 seconds left in the half. Kraft. Half ends. 42-40. Carmen's Crew leading the Red Scare. What a game here at Capital University. The final of the Columbus Regional of the basketball tournament with great crowd support for both of these two teams. 42-40. Carmen's Crew leading the Red Scare. This is a team that in their previous existence, they've made progress beyond their first weekend. Now Jen Hale with Jared Sullinger.
Thanks, Paul. Jared, Carmen's Crew going into the locker room with the lead, but you started really slow. What was going on in that first quarter?
Davis got it going. He hit a lot of threes, and V got it going, Stanford. So we just got to lock in. It's two guys. One guy has 16, the other guy has 11. We've been doing a great job on Oliver, and our defense has been great. The intensity's been there, and so all we got to do is make shots, and I think we'd be okay.
Second quarter, you were so evenly matched. The shooting percentage was within 1 or 2 points of each other. Where can you have an advantage in the second half to win this one?
On the defense end. As long as we keep defending and rebounding and not giving them a second and third shot, I think we're great. And on the offense end, as long as we move the ball side to side and not letting it stick, we get every shot that we want.
We knew this would be a passionate game, but man, we're all impressed with this crowd. Can you hear it? Are you feeding off their energy?
This is what we want. This is what the TBT is all about. Bring old alumni together and battle it out. So this is all about TBT right now.
Awesome. Good luck.
Thank you.
Paul.
All right, thanks, Jen. 42-40. Carmen's Crew leading the Red Scare. I know you're enjoying this, aren't you?
Oh, man, I'm having the time of my life. Just sitting by you in Ohio with Paul Keels. Paul Keels.
Stop it. Crowd's having a great time, too.
Crowd's insane. Both sides. They need a break. Go get a beer. Come back. Get loud.
.40 Carmen's Crew Carmen's Crew leading the Red Scare here at the basketball tournament at Capital University. Jen Hale standing by with Red Scare coach Damon Goodwin.
Indeed, Paul. Thanks so much, Coach. Awesome first half. We really enjoyed watching that. Daryl Davis especially was on fire. Where was he finding his opportunities?
He's an offensive player. He can really shoot the ball. So he had some good looks. He had a great look late in the second half. He missed. We just told him to keep on shooting it.
Now you got to sustain, and you have a very short bench. What is the game plan for that in the second half?
We subbed early and often just to keep our legs fresh. We'll probably shorten that up a little bit here in the second half, play who's hot. And it's a great game. We're just hanging in there right now and hopefully have a chance at the end of the game.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
Paul.
All right, Jen, thanks. Dan, there have been all kind of highlights, a lot of them involving just two people, but boy, what a fun game to watch.
David Goodwin's right, man. When you're hot, shoot till your hands bleed, we used to call it, because you play outside in the winter and your fingers would crack. Just shoot till they bleed, man. And I'll tell you what, this kid here, Davis, as Damon said, man, he is an offensive guy. And this has been so much fun watching both teams go back and forth. Nobody's giving an inch. Everybody's competing like crazy, and nobody's acting up. Everybody has great sportsmanship in this thing as well. And, hey, look, I don't know. I mean, there's a lot worse players playing for money in the NBA than this kid. William Buford was 15 in the first half, has done it in a variety of ways. And I thought, quite frankly, I thought that the Red Scare went at him pretty good. I did. David Lighty pretty good. This one goes through the legs. Lighty picks it up, drills a three. Lighty does everything, and I mean everything. I'm talking about defense, offense, running the floor. Look at this. Transition offense, transition defense, you name it. David Lighty's going to do it. He's going to do it in a very, very good way. There's a reason, Paul, that he is the winningest player in Ohio State history.
Well, while we're talking about offense with those highlights, how about some of the defense? Devin Oliver's been held in check by Carmen's Crew.
He has, and they've really gotten after him. Devin Oliver was held in check yesterday as well for a long time, and then, you know what? Didn't bother him. He just kept balling and got the game winner. Fun, man. Very fun.
Well, second half to start here at Capital University. And, of course, once we get to the fourth quarter, the first dead ball under the 4-minute mark, the Elam ending, where 8 points are added to the leading scorers total. Evan Ravenel gives the first 2 points of the second half.
Pro play. They ran a play out. Buford got it. Ravenel slipped. Ravenel got it on the bucket. And listen, kids, take your time when you're big and strong on the block. There's no hurry.
Daryl Davis misfires. Something that hardly happened in the first half.
Oh, man, that might have been the best look he's had all day.
Agreed. Carmen's Crew with a 4-point lead and the basketball early in the third quarter. Here's Buford guarded by Daryl Davis. Now doubled up. Gibbs, a putback.
I didn't even see Gibbs.
Neither did Red Scare.
Right. Oliver dwarfed Gibbs, but Gibbs, who knows his way around it better than anybody.
Ooh, we get an offensive foul called on a screen that was set by Devin Oliver.
Devin Oliver tried to hand off. He was under a little bit of heat, rolled into the defender, automatic call.
You know, Dan, there's some tired players out there even going into the half.
That's what I was saying. Like, Damon Goodwin said it. We're going to have to shorten this up because of fatigue and to be able to maintain.
Let's take a look at Jeff Gibbs, who's had a good weekend to date.
You don't even see him, right? You don't even see him, then all of a sudden he just gets it because he uses his lower body so well. I'll tell you one stat that jumps out at me at halftime. First half of play, William Buford only played 10 minutes. I expect him to have a big second half. LaQuinton Ross only played 7 minutes. I expect him to have a big second half. Really smart by the coaching staff led by Jared Sullinger of making sure that his best scorers have legs under it.
Our next MLS match presented by Audi is later today with Josef Martinez and Atlanta United taking on Wayne Rooney and DC United. 4 Eastern on ESPN, ESPN Deportes, and the ESPN app. Carmen's Crew the ball in the lead. Feed to Gibbs. That one gets away, but Carmen's Crew will hang on to it.
You said it earlier, Jeff Gibbs, 38 years old. His wife told him, play till you're 40. He's got 2 years left on a deal in Japan, man. That's a great wife.
Lighty. Not quite enough roll, but Buford, the follow on the foul.
Oh. Watch this. Off the same inbounds, Leidy, in, out, and then loose ball. Yesterday, first 20 points Ohio State scored against Big X were off of loose balls. Kick them out, three-pointers. Jeff Gibbs involved in a lot of that, and Buford the recipient of a lot of that.
18 for William Buford. His Carmen's Crew has opened up an 8-point lead. Foul committed underneath by Evan Ravenel.
You know how you know it's an intense game? Every call is questioned by whoever it goes against.
Oliver trying to get going here.
Yeah, that's such a bang call.
4 points in the first half for Oliver, shooting for his 5th. TheTournament.com is your place for all things TBT. Follow your favorite team throughout the tournament, and be sure to check the schedule for week 2 of TBT regional competition as the tournament heads to Wichita, Salt Lake City, Richmond, and Syracuse. Of course, the winner of this Columbus Regional from Capital University will move to Chicago to play the winner of the Salt Lake Regional. And you talked about, Dan, the great anticipation in Wichita for their games. David Leidy going to the rack, drawing a foul.
Better get out on him, and you better get out him in a stance. He'll break your ankles, and then you know what I love about Leidy, and young kids don't do this. When he sees an opening, he just goes as hard as he can go. And it's almost like I'm going as hard as I can go with my chin on the rim to the basket, and then I'm going to figure it out later. He can still drop it off. He can still kick it out. He can still do all those things. Yeah. That DG is it's a TBT thing. DG stands for Dennis Gregory, who is a TBT employee, and he was an integral part of getting the tournament going. And he passed away tragically, and so every TBT jersey has the DG on it. I think that's a great move by John Muger and the people at TBT.
Absolutely. Timeout taken by Red Scare as the defensive Carmen's Crew envelops the offense. And there's a look at it again. We talked about it, and you may get tired of hearing us talk about it, but it's worthy mentioning the great crowd support here at Capital University that both of these teams have had. 2 years this event has been here at Capital. I think there's some hope that it'll be
I'm not worried about the defense right now. I'm not worried about the defense. On the offensive end,
might be considered for a location for it.
He's curling.
If it's basketball and it's Dayton, it's sold out, man. It just is state tournament.
All three of y'all go get Will.
First
all three
four
of
Dayton
Will
home
stay in the
games.
corner. All three of them going to work out, please.
Amazing town.
Work out, Dave.
And Omaha sells out 20,000. Wichita, crazy town. A lot of basketball towns people don't know about. And you know what's great about this? And this is where other schools need to get on board. Dayton supports its alumni. Boeheim's Army, incredible alumni base. Tom Crean's crew from Marquette back in the day. Buzz Williams' crew. You know, some of these bigger time schools need to get your head out of your backside and get this going a little bit.
There's a look at some of the other games coming up today in the basketball tournament.
Some of these bigger schools are so paranoid. They think like, well, you're using our players to make money. No, they're not. They're giving them a great opportunity. Kind of idiotic for schools. Look at Kraft.
Couple of turnovers. Red Scare with an opportunity. Pollard to the right.
There's a lot to like about big old Pollard, man. He took the ball coast to coast, leaned in, got fouled. Red Scare fans love it. Ohio State fans hate it. Beautiful.
Third foul on Evan Ravenel.
I'll tell you what, he handles the ball nice, and Ravenel and Pollard getting together. There's a lot of beef right there.
So Kendall Pollard.
Is Ravenel one of the nicest guys that's ever played at Ohio State?
No question. Transferred from Boston College. Backed up Jared Sullinger. Was part of the 2012 Final Four squad that lost to Kansas in New Orleans.
These Ohio State guys, man, are so personable, so mature. And same thing with these Dayton guys.
Absolutely.
Man. Yeah, it's awesome. And they're playing like crazy. It's personal, but you know what? They help each other up. Nobody acts like an idiot. It's refreshing.
Kendall Pollard with 9. 51-43 Carmen's Crew here in the third quarter. Jeff Gibbs, who's created some opportunities both offensively and defensively. around to Lighty. Again, Lighty.
Look, Gibbs.
Gibbs. The two-sport player at Otterbein making his presence felt.
Now, Gibbs uses his lower body. He's got a huge upper body, but, man, he uses his lower body and roots guys out. Understand 75% of rebounds come to the opposite side, and he gets there all the time.
51-43. He is.
He is.
Carmen's Crew the lead. Red Scare the ball. V. Sanford. Now Devin Oliver on the flank. On the move, Oliver. Taken away. Buford. Down the lane. To the basket, Buford.
Good for Buford not listening to Kraft. Kraft was telling him to slow it down. Buford just went and got a bucket.
20 for Buford thanks to that bucket. Bruns has it blocked by Gibbs. Daryl Davis. Rebounds his miss. Left-hander by Oliver.
That's got to go to Red Scare, yeah.
And it does.
All right. You know, Paul, we were talking about, look at the slap in there. Gets it. I don't know if you can see it, but Kraft's telling him slow it down. No. You know what's interesting here? Look at Gibbs, man. Smallest guy on the court. He just knows how to play basketball. 3 straight good looks at threes, 3 straight short for Dayton. Something to watch with fatigue.
Red Scare will keep it. So many of these players were part of that first-round NCAA tournament matchup in Buffalo, won by Dayton. David Lighty takes it away. However, it looked like it hit his foot, so they're going to reset it. Jen Hale, can you fill us in a little more about what happened in that matchup?
Indeed, Paul. There is so much history and so much rivalry between these two squads. Aaron Kraft remembers that postseason where Dayton beat Ohio State and ended up punching their own ticket to the Elite Eight back in 2014 so vividly. I couldn't even finish the started shaking his head. He knew exactly what I was talking about. He told me, you know what, Dayton and V. Sanford specifically ended my college career. V shot over me to seal the game. I couldn't stop him. Trust me, they would love to have a little payback today, Paul.
Pegram misses on the long three, but an offensive rebound. David Lighty, but taken away now by Pollard off the glass, and a foul committed as Pollard found himself in between Courtney Pegram and Jeff Gibbs.
This is, you go to the rim, you better be tough. I mean, there's some contact. Watch this now. He just going to spread people out. Pollard is.
As Jen said, that was a game that ended Aaron Kraft's career in Buffalo. Archie Miller was the coach of the Dayton Flyers.
Tell you what, Indiana players,
yes,
should be watching this. Play as hard as Archie Miller. Archie Miller's players in Indiana don't play nearly as hard as these Dayton Flyers do. Archie Miller built a heck of a culture here with these guys. I mean, the culture of Dayton is great, but Archie's got guys here that are tough and compete. Indiana players need to understand that, man. If you buy into what Archie's doing, you'll play as hard as these guys because these dudes play hard.
They are. Traveling on Devin Oliver. Another key player on that Dayton team was an Ohio State transfer, Jordan Seibert.
Seibert wasn't going to get any minutes at Ohio State.
Boy, he got a lot of them.
Yeah, he did.
At Dayton.
I thought he was playing in this. I saw him.
I saw his name on a roster, the young man out of Cincinnati.
Should be on this team. What are you doing?
3 straight turnovers by the Red Scare. Carmen's Crew the ball on a 10-point cushion. LaQuinton Ross. And now V. Sanford, who hit that game winner for the Flyers over the Buckeyes, has his pocket pick. Gibbs.
Look at the pass.
Gibbs. Kendall Pollard, his third.
Hey, look, from my vantage point, if this isn't a foul, they're not going to call a foul. Well, maybe not. Tell you what.
Well, there could have been an argument for goaltending possibly.
Yeah, there could have been.
How about the effect that Jeff Gibbs has had in this game in the second half?
It is remarkable. I mean, he is the smallest guy. Other than Pigram. Pigram and he are the two smallest guys on the court. He goes inside. He's the post player.
Well, the officials are sending the players off the floor to discuss something. Here's what else Jeff Gibbs has done. He had 15 rebounds in the first 2 games, Dan.
I'm not surprised. He 38 years old man strength.
Old man strength.
Yeah, old man strength. You have it.
No, that sailed past some of us.
No. Like every once in a while, my son will get a little frisky. Boom! Old man strength.
53-43. Carmen's Crew with a lead over the Red Scare, but we've got a Geneva Convention going on with the 3 officials out on the floor. I don't know if they're looking at something additional to administer on that foul.
They're just talking to each other.
Okay.
They need a rest. It's summertime. This game's up and down, Paul.
Let's see if there's something else. Now they're going to call goaltending.
I think it's a bad call. I don't know. Let's look.
So Jeff Gibbs will get 1 free throw.
Yeah, it was pulling the net down.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I was going to say they blocked. That's a good call.
All right. You know what's nice about doing TV instead of radio?
They come tell you.
They come tell you.
Yeah.
They don't come tell us when we're doing the games on the radio. Well, occasionally.
Well, you guys, you're like up at the Schottenstein Center. You're so high because you're so popular. You got to have roped off areas. You got to have bottle service, velvet ropes. You do. I was there with you the other night at the Rusty Bucket. I mean,
Gibbs hits a free throw for the old-fashioned three.
Crazy.
Okay, so when we're on the road and we're on the floor, they don't come tell us.
Yeah, that's not right.
56-43.
Oh, miss switch,
Thomas
bad
Crew
pass.
with the lead.
You see, Pigram and Gibbs are talking because they missed the switch. It was going to be a layup if they could deliver. Watch that miss switch. Both guys run out. Wide open. Davis just didn't take your time, make the pass.
So their confusion confused the Red Scare.
Right.
A 16-3 run by Carmen's Crew here in the third quarter. Baseline feed, but off Gibbs and out of bounds. Politicking down there.
That's good refereeing. Really good refereeing there by Eads, because he gave his explanation, got the ball, let's go. Perfect piece of officiating right there.
Red Scare with the ball. They've committed 5 straight turnovers.
Nice offense.
Nice
offense. Yeah, they got Pollard the ball against the Quentin Ross right on the elbow, and then Ross turned it over, stepping in. This is good, Paul. This is good basketball. You get it to a guy that can drive it against a weak defender, and they got it right at the elbow, takes one dribble, finishes, and then Ross made a mistake stepping in too quick. Interesting.
Everyone's loving you.
Our next WNBA game is Tuesday with Asia Wilson of the Western Conference leading Las Vegas Aces hosting the Seattle Storm, 10 Eastern, 7 Pacific on ESPN2 and the ESPN app. Jen Hale standing by with current Dayton coach Anthony Grant.
Indeed, Paul. Thanks so much, Coach Grant. We appreciate you taking a moment with us. This arena is absolutely bonkers. How would you describe the atmosphere?
Oh, it's awesome. You know, it's unbelievable. Just to see the Flyer faithful come out like this, it's pretty impressive. And then you see Ohio State right here in Columbus, so it makes for great basketball.
The rivalry games are so much fun. Put on your analyst hat for me for a minute, if you don't mind. How do you evaluate the level of basketball you've seen out here?
It's extremely competitive. You can tell that there's history between these two teams. And obviously, I think for Dayton, they've got 7 guys, and Ohio State's got a little bit more depth in terms of their guys that they can throw out there. It's a really physical game. So I think Dayton's got to get some success offensively here in the second half, take care of the basketball, and hopefully we can get back in this thing.
Give them some Gatorade laced with coffee and caffeine, I guess. Give us a little synopsis of what your Dayton squad is looking forward to this season.
Well, we're excited. I think, this is year 3 for us. We've got a good amount of guys returning. We've added some pieces that we think will help us. So I think finally we've got some depth to go along with some talent. So we're excited about what the future holds.
We're looking forward to watching. Coach, thanks for your time and enjoy the rest of today.
Thanks. Appreciate it.
Ooh.
Nice drive by Diebler, misfires. There's
Look
Jeff
at
Gibbs fighting.
Wow.
Of course, Anthony Grant was a teammate of Damon Goodwin's at Dayton during his playing days.
Anthony Grant is a great dude. And if you can go play for Anthony Grant at Dayton, you're in good shape because he is a fantastic coach. He got the whole VCU thing started that Shaka Smart took. He got that whole deal started. Anthony Grant is a great basketball coach and a better guy.
56-45. Carmen's Crew with the lead. We see some changes from Jared Sullinger's squad. Up next, you see Loyalty is Love against the Fort Wayne champs. A lot of basketball from the basketball tournament on the ESPN channels today.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, Kiefer Sykes for Loyalty is Love. That's Boogie Cousins' team. He's been an addition, man. Little guy out of Green Bay, fantastic. You know, Fort Wayne got bailed out. They have some pros. Trey McKinney-Jones, Travis Leslie are pros. They got bailed out yesterday by Cameron Johnson from Wofford, man. The dude just knows how to play. Went on the glass, stayed down, got fouled. It's going to be a really good game. Boogie Cousins wearing the most stylish hat in all of basketball, by the way.
Daryl Davis.
Short. Guys are shooting short.
Hot first half with 16. Cold second half. 56-45 Carmen's Crew. John Williamson down low. Gets out of trouble. Goaltending.
Why? Whoa,
Two for Ross.
Why? I thought we played goaltending here on the rim. Why is that goaltending? That's not goaltending. You can do that. In these international rules, you can do that. Everything except a free throw.
Sanford hits from the head of the key. There's a look at the rules here in the basketball tournament.
Maybe it's got to hit the rim, I guess.
Ross, who scored thanks to that goaltending call, gets it down low. John Williamson did not play yesterday.
Well, John Williamson didn't get any help. Pigram and Buford both stood.
Kevin Dillard. There's LaQuinton Ross.
I got to get Diebler a shot right here, right side. Throw the ball.
Off the dribble, Buford.
Man.
23 points.
Just throw the ball ahead. You got those two guys on the same side, Paul.
Who do you guard?
It's curtains.
Drive by Pollard is the score.
Well, I like him. God, I like him. He's the kind of guy who wins for you.
In double figures with 13, Kendall Pollard.
Yeah, he can handle. He's got great enthusiasm, great energy. Man.
Courtney Pigram from East Tennessee State has it taken away by the Red Scare.
Nice.
Oliver, the behind-the-back pass.
Short.
Continues to be cold in the second half. Daryl Davis. And LaQuinton Ross gets fouled trying to get the ball to John Diebler in the corner.
This is what I was talking about. You know, look, Kraft's on the bench. Gibbs on the bench. You'll see them start the fourth quarter. Everybody on the coaching staff for Jared Sullinger and all doing a great job keeping guys fresh, and that is so important as we're 3 games in 3 nights,
yes.
3 days, with a short night last night.
Helping out Gerald Sullinger on that bench. Dallas Lauderdale, who was the head coach yesterday, and P.J. Hill, a couple of former Ohio State Buckeyes.
I thought Dallas Lauderdale is as classy a guy as you're ever going to see.
No question.
Man, could he block shots, too.
He could.
He did a great job. I thought he was a great interview. Look, let's be honest. Ohio State, Ed Mata, now Chris Holtman, just class people in this program, just are. And if you're not a class guy, you usually transfer. What a play. What a play by Buford.
Williamson loses the handle. Kyle Davis. Half dozen for Kyle Davis.
Remember that play, now a steal.
And he'll shoot a 3. Would that have changed momentum?
Oh, man. That was like Reggie Miller against the Knicks, 8 points, 9 seconds.
Here's Diebler against a double team.
Smart.
Down to 10 seconds here in the game clock in the third quarter.
High school and college kids just know what Buford did there. There was 13 seconds. You don't need to hurry. You'll get a shot.
Pigram with a shot down to paint. Nope, not enough time. So the third quarter comes to an end. 62-52, Carmen's Crew leading Red Scare. Fourth quarter and the Elam ending coming up from Capital University here in Columbus. TBT 2019, the $2 million winner-take-all basketball tournament presented by Puma Basketball. Tonight, Sunday Night Baseball is in Atlanta for Braves Nationals as Washington tries to chase down Atlanta in the NL East. Our coverage begins at 6 Eastern on ESPN and the ESPN app with Baseball Tonight, Sunday Night Countdown. Into the Red Scare huddle with Coach Damon Goodwin.
We just got to get it close. We just got to get it down to 5-6. We get in the Elam thing, we just play them.
Make a run.
We make them have a bad stretch like we just had. Right?
Make a run.
Knock a couple off. Knock a couple off. Be 5 or under when it goes to Elam. That's fine. You just got to play hard. Play hard and compete. We get in the half-court set again. Get it to the second side. Get it to the second side if it's not a break situation.
And the first dead ball into the 4-minute mark of the fourth quarter. The game clock shuts off. A target score is set, adding 8 points to the lead score.
Ooh.
And whoever gets to the target score first wins the game.
You know what he talked about, the second side. Okay, that's the first side right there. He's talking about reversing the ball. They didn't reverse the ball because Pollard saw a driving area, but Damon Goodwin is absolutely right. Get it to the second side, move the defense, make the defense make a mistake. The more defense moves, the more mistakes it makes.
Well, Kendall Pollard will go to the line where today he's 4 for 4 at the stripe and has scored 13.
Hey, real quick, got to shout out Lois Grano, who is watching every minute of the TBT because she is a monster Ohio State fan, glued to her TV, 86 years young, knows more about basketball than anybody you'll ever meet. Lois, thank you.
Yes, thank you, Lois.
You got a shout out, Lois, from Paul Keel.
Stop. What a great game to be watching. 15 on the day for Kendall Pollard of the Red Scare. 62-54, Carmen's Crew the lead. Aaron Craft back in after a lengthy rest. Ross driving, scoring.
Yeah, you knew Ross was coming because he didn't play much in the first half, and the reason he didn't is right now. They wanted him for the fourth quarter. Absolutely brilliant by Sullinger and Lauderdale.
Kendall Pollard left alone. Ravenel takes it off the iron. A fresh Aaron Craft up the left sideline. Ooh. Thought about that long one, but he draws the foul with Quentin Ross.
Boy, LaQuinton Ross knows he should have shot that ball. It would have put the official in a little trick bag. Would he get 2 shots? Continuation if it went in? He knew it as soon as he passed it.
Jen Hale, we may be looking at a tired Red Scare team over there.
Indeed, Paul, this is the moment of truth. This is what they were concerned about. Would they have enough gas for the fourth quarter? Consider this, in that third period, Red Scare only scored 12 points. Daryl Davis himself had 13 in the first quarter, so you gotta figure fatigue is playing in right now. And when you look at bench scoring, 13 bench points for the Ohio State Crew and 0 for Red Scare. That could add up to a game-changing difference.
Red Scare also with 9 turnovers in that third quarter. Oliver in the corner.
Short. A lot of short.
64-54, Carmen's Crew. Deep in the corner. Pigram misses. Oliver rebounds. Almost a takeaway. Carmen's Crew held Red Scare to 31% shooting in that third quarter as well. Sanford finds the bottom of the net.
Oh, man. He just lifted it. He had been short on his last 2. He just lifted it up a little bit higher, and now you're where Damon Goodwin said. They're within 7. Get a stop, cut into it a little bit, get to that 4-minute mark.
Couple of fakes, Ross. Craft open.
No hitch. I tried to tell you, he lost that hitch.
8 points, Aaron Craft.
Hard to shoot with a hitch. Don't hitch.
Back to a 10-point spread for Carmen's Crew here in the fourth quarter. Daryl Davis lost the stroke that he had in the first half, and Craft gets fouled by Oliver after the rebound.
Everything's short. I mean, look, no fault of anybody. They're playing so hard on both ends, and then, you know, you're asked all of a sudden after playing as much as you played for the last 3 days, if you're Davis, to, okay, knock in 23-foot threes. It's tough.
He had those 16 points in a quarter and a half to start the game, going 6 for 7 shooting. Since then, 0 for 6, Darrell Davis. 10-point lead for Carmen's Crew here in the Columbus Regional Final at Capital University. With a 1-on-2 for LaQuinton Ross. Forces it.
They wanted to isolate him, but great defense by the Red Scare.
Kevin Diller driving. And it goes through Evan Ravenel's hands and out.
All right, if you're the Red Scare, you got to get a little organized here. You got to look for Sanford. Sanford feels it, and you got to look for something where Pollard could go to the rim from the elbow or the top of the key. A lot of different guys trying a lot of different things, and it's not working for them. Those are the two things I think that'll work. But, man, is Lighty all over Sanford.
He just came in, and he takes it away, David Lighty. Craft. Here goes Diebler.
The place is ready to explode.
It was, wasn't it?
Look at Craft here. Whoa! Whoa!
Doing what he did as a Buckeye. Ravenel draws the foul.
Man. I said it yesterday. If you don't like Aaron Craft, that's just on you. You don't like people. You're just jealous and a hater. Aaron Craft just came out of nowhere, sprinted, got it, calmed it down, got it to the right guy. Who got it to the right guy? Who got fouled? I'm serious. Aaron Craft, you don't like Aaron Craft, that's on you. Totally on you.
I'm sorry. Can you say that again? I wasn't listening.
No, I've said it for 3 days. Just a jealous little hater is all you are. Dude's going to medical school, may play 1 more year in Italy, and he's going to go back to Italy if nowhere else because he said his wife and his kid are comfortable there if he goes. Already accepted to Ohio State Medical School. Plays harder than anybody. You don't like him, you just hate.
Evan Ravenel, who's played hard all weekend, 5 points.
Yeah, Evan Ravenel's been good, really good.
A guy that's involved himself in a great foreign career. Miss by Davis. Craft outlets Diebler, snaps it off. Lighty fouled on the tip try. Devin Oliver, his 4th foul.
Well, Diebler missing these, all that means is he's got a couple makes coming. The law of averages, water finds its level. He's a little short, but there you go on the backboard. Guess who? Lighty.
And let's tell you about David Lighty. This is a young man, when he got to Ohio State and when he left, there was a large difference in what his playing career looked like. He improved so much. David Lighty and his earnings, where they will go, brought to you by Zell. He was part of the team in 2008 that won the NIT championship and really got a lot of guys like Dallas Lauderdale and others rolling along in their careers.
Yeah, I told this story on air, but this is a new game. One of the great things about Lighty and Craft is, and this helped that motto, in shoot-arounds, there was no sitting around waiting, man. They put their shoes on and they went and went. And they made everybody else on the team get going. Great play by Davis. He just knocked Craft out of the way.
Kyle Davis.
Kyle Davis. What'd I say, Devin?
No, you just said Davis. I was just adding to what you said. 71-59 Carmen's Crew. Buford double. Diebler on the wing. There it goes.
Told you. I mean, look, law of averages, water finds its level, get to the mean, whatever you want to say. Oh, there you go.
Oliver.
I love Oliver. Oliver just takes it at you, plays emotionally. I'm telling you, this is his best summer game you'll see all summer.
Buford. Ravenel.
Getting tired, boss.
Yep.
Not you and me.
Nope. 7 for Ravenel. 76-61 Carmen's Crew. And Ravenel commits a foul as he bumps into Kyle Davis, his 5th foul.
Well, they found Craft, who found Diebler. We've said it a million times over the years. Diebler, right wing three. Look,
another Craft steal.
And the good pass. Oh, yes!
Nice block by Kyle Davis.
Oh, man. Don't take on Kyle Davis.
Oh, Buford.
Offensive. Wow. Hey, you can boo all you want if you're an Ohio State fan, but you got to cheer that guy and that effort by Kyle Davis. Watch this. Wow. Staying in there, getting bogarted. Hey, hit a three, Kyle. I hate to root, but I'm rooting.
76-61. Carmen's Crew. Missed by Red Scare, but chasing the ball
Look
down.
at that
Devin
hustle.
Oliver. It'll go to Carmen's Crew, but he made contact with Kraft, and Aaron helps him up.
Look at that. That's the beauty of this tournament and this game, man. Guys are playing so hard.
Yes, they are. We're closing in on the Elam ending.
What's probably going to happen here is they're going to get it down to 3:59 and call timeout so that you know exactly where you're at here.
Jared Sullinger got into the ear of the officials, probably to communicate just that, Dan. 76-61. Carmen's Crew with the lead. Here at the 4-minute mark, timeout comes from Jared Sullinger, the coach of Carmen's Crew. So the Elam ending with a target score to be set of 84. First one to 84 wins the Columbus Regional here at Capital University.
$69 per month.
Tonight after Sunday Night Baseball, the Sports Center with Bucci and Kenny. They'll have a full recap of the Open Championship and Brooks Koepka's quest for a 5th major. Plus, Mariano Rivera's reaction from the Hall of Fame Induction Center ceremony. Sports Center after Nationals Braves on ESPN and the ESPN app. Well, the Elam ending in effect for today's game here at Capital University in the Columbus Regional Final. You see the score 76-61. Carmen's Crew leading the Red Scare. Some of the other ones coming up later from Lexington, from Greensboro, and from Memphis for the basketball tournament. The winners will move on to the championship in Chicago beginning on August 1st.
Loyalty is love. Kiefer Sykes, Darius Johnson, Odom. The Fort Wayne champs is a together group, though. I'll tell you this much. Travis Leslie, really good. Cameron Johnson, exceptionally good. You're going to see a really good game next game. Very good. And then Team Hines, Nick Kalathis can go.
Well, here's the specifics of the Elam ending. 84 is the target score. First team to 84 wins and moves on to Chicago. Buford feeds Ravenel. Big bucket, Evan Ravenel.
Yeah, after timeouts, they've gone to those two guys 3 different times. Ravenel, Buford with the ball. And Ravenel, I keep saying it, man, he's improved.
He certainly has. Great career overseas. Great weekend, Evan Ravenel. Davis feeds Oliver for the dunk.
I love Oliver. Oliver dunks, he's losing. He doesn't care. He just wants everybody to know.
Clinched the game for the Red Scare with a tip dunk at the end of yesterday's game. Ravenel again, but his shirt got grabbed.
Sure did.
Kendall Pollard the foul. So Ravenel will go to the line, and we mentioned it in yesterday's game. Evan Ravenel, while at Ohio State, didn't get a lot of playing time because of Jared Sullinger.
If you're not going to play, you might as well play behind the grate, right? I mean, but I thought Eric Ravenel, when he came into games at Ohio State, affected a lot of games. I thought he was a good player, a really good player at Ohio State, but I think he's become a pro.
His second double-figure game in 3 contests this weekend. 11 points for the native of Tampa, Florida, Evan Ravenel. 80-63, Carmen's Crew. Red Scare. Got Devin Oliver trying to make something happen on the point. A little one-on-one. Sanford feeds Pollard. Misses on the fadeaway. Foul on the rebounding effort by Kyle Davis. Or no.
I think they called a foul on Kraft.
Ooh. His first of the day.
I made young Andrew Dockage insane yesterday when we went to dinner. Kraft plays without foul. What are you going to do?
Yeah. Well, this Red Scare team playing in the basketball tournament for the first time, they've really turned some heads with their impressive play.
Man, I hope they add 1 or 2 guys.
Daryl Davis driving and scoring.
That can play like Daryl Davis.
His first 2 points of the second half, giving him 18.
Well, he was on fire to start the game, Paul.
He was, Dan. Kraft into the paint. Lighty into the paint. Foul. But again, this is a first-time entrant. The Red Scare, you would imagine we'll see them again next year in the basketball tournament.
I wouldn't be surprised if you didn't see As Pollard's going to foul out here. I wouldn't be surprised if you wouldn't see the TBT try to play a tournament, maybe a regional in Dayton, given how great these fans are. Look at the ovation for Pollard, man. This is awesome.
Fouls out with 15 points. David Lighty, who has 15, is at the line. Well, last year we saw an entrant from Cincinnati, a former Bearcat squad. A lot of them were here. You know well better than anybody some of the great basketball that's played in this state.
Oh, it's fantastic. People don't, basically the state of Ohio.
It's known as a football state.
But I'll tell you this, it's as much a basketball state as any other state in the country.
Oliver. Diebler gets the carom.
3 for the win?
3 for the win. For Carmen's Crew. 81-65. Ravenel. Red Scare staying alive. Darrell Davis trying to use the screen from Bruns. Oliver. Whoa. Carmen's Crew are trying to close it out and get a trip to Chicago. David Lighty down the lane to Kraft in the corner for the win. In and out.
That's why you just keep on scoring if you're Dayton.
Kyle Davis draws a foul.
You don't need threes. Just put points on there and guard. Put a little pressure on Ohio State. Crowd here for Dayton still believes they're chanting defense. Pretty good by Davis here. I love this kid. He is just tough, competitive, athletic.
So Kyle Davis at the line for the first time today. 11 points in the first 2 games, 8 today. Now 9. I'm sorry, there was 11 rebounds in the first 2 games. 19 points and 14 points in the first 2. Now in double figures for the 3rd game this weekend. Kyle Davis. But Carmen's Crew potentially a basket away from winning it. Lighty had a screen from Diebler, couldn't use it. 10 on the shot clock for David Lighty. Oliver cleans the window. They're not giving up, are they?
Crowd getting a little itchy.
Foul on Kraft.
Kyle Davis tells him, you can't hold me. All right.
Second foul on Kraft.
He did. He got up. You can't hold me. Knock in the free throws. Play defense. Do it again.
The 11 points. Again, this is a Red Scare team that's had to play with a short bench. Just 2 subs. A dozen for Kyle Davis.
Well, they went to a little crossing action. They went to horn set. Where are they going to go here? All right, a little high. Jared Sullinger wants a little timeout. Talk about it.
Yep, 81-69. Carmen's Crew with a lead. There's the target score of 84. Let's see if we can get a listen to what's going on that bench for Carmen's Crew with Jared Sullinger and Dallas Lauderdale and P.J. Hill.
Dub, D-Light, Johnny D, Gibbs. We're going to go Iverson. Come across, hit him. Cross screen for Gibbs. Gibbs, go get him. As soon as that happens, if they hit back to Kraft, step up light, pop. And we don't have to.
The screen, the cut across the top of the free throw line or across the free throw lane from right to left or left to right off of a double is called an Iverson cut. Allen Iverson used to do it, run through traffic, shoot it, or drive it to the baseline. You're going to see, I believe you're going to see Buford make the cut. Watch right now. That's the Iverson he was talking about. They'll hit him. Well, they weren't able to hit him. So it took the play away.
Jeff Gibbs back in. Gives it up to Lighty. Drives on Bruns. Scores.
Still pretty good out of all that. You get the matchup you want. Bruns, really a good player, but no match off defensively for Buford. Or was that Lighty? That was Lighty.
He's got 18. Yeah. Carmen's Crew a point away from winning. Red Scare trying to claw from behind still. Kyle Davis the drive. And the basket and the foul.
You can't hold me. You know how many guys have tried to tell Aaron Craft that?
His third foul.
Love this kid. Love both of these kids.
Gibbs the foul. Sorry.
Yeah, these men. Davis, chin on the rim. Strong, best jump. Three-point opportunity.
Kyle Davis has scored 10 here in the second half. Gibbs, who committed the foul, gets the rebound.
No, you just don't foul.
1 point.
Make Ohio State make a shot.
1 point wins it. Craft down the lane. Craft got it. Foul. Ball game.
Don't think that wasn't a little personal. Don't think that wasn't a little here you go. Kyle Davis from Aaron Craft. Great game. Great fans. Great environment. Tremendous.
Well, Aaron Craft talked yesterday how V. Sanford scored the game winner over him in the NCAA tournament. He scores the game winner here in the basketball tournament as Carmen's Crew beats Red Scare 85-71, and they'll move on to Chicago.
And wasn't Craft, he missed the one down the lane to win it, and there's an iconic picture of him on his back. Craft said, not this time. No. This is for money. That's for, NCAA tournament app. This is for money. This is summer basketball. This is a TBT.
$2 million. Carmen's Crew still alive, playing for the $2 million. Here's Craft.
Well, the C's opened up. Davis ran away, and Craft just ducked into Bruns and made the layup. Don't need to shoot the free throw. Game over. Get to 85, and away we go to Chicago.
Well, this group of players in 2017 went to the semis. Last year they went to the quarters. And this year they'll move right along to Chicago. And here's a look at the updated bracket. Carmen's Crew will play the winner that will come out of Salt Lake City, as the basketball tournament's competition will continue next week and then roll on into Chicago. But this Columbus-based team playing here in Columbus come through and get this victory, and in front of a great crowd that supported both of these teams.
Oh, man, Dayton, Ohio is so awesome. And Columbus, these guys, this particular group, Lighty and Craft and Diebler and Ravenel and Lauderdale and Sullinger, there are certain teams, and I think you'd agree with this, Paul, that are good teams, great teams. But there are certain teams that are great teams that connect with their fan base because of what kind of guys they are and the way that they play. And that's what I see out of this particular group, and that's why you see all these people.
Would agree. Jen Hale with Jared Sullinger.
Thanks, Paul. With the winning coach, Jared Sullinger, congratulations. Slow first half, but you paced and you turned it on at exactly the right time in the second half.
Everybody was ready to play. Everybody was ready to play, and we had enough guys to keep turning and turning and turning. Pretty soon they was going to run out of gas. 3 games in 3 days is very, very hard to do.
Indeed. They only had 2 substitutes. You guys dominated fast break points. Was that part of the strategy?
No, that just kind of happened. We knew that in transition they wasn't really getting back. And so we just took advantage of what we had, and we took advantage of mismatches. But that started on the defense end. We caused turnovers, and we kept running and running.
They never gave up, though. Red Scare fought to the very end, especially Kyle Davis. You got to give him props.
You got to give everybody props, man. Those guys, they fought hard, and it's the reason why they made it to the Elite Eight in 2014. Those guys never quit, and you got to pay respects to the Red Scare.
We will see you in Chicago, Coach. Congratulations, 2 wins for you. That's got to feel great.
It feels great. It feels great, but it would be better if we win the next one. It would be better.
We'll see you in Chicago. Thanks, Jared.
Thank you.
Paul.
All right, Jen, thank you very much. Jared Sullinger and Carmen's Crew with an 85-71 over Red Scare here at the basketball tournament from Capital University in Columbus. 4 in double figures for Carmen's Crew and their 85-71 win over the Red Scare, Dan.
Well, both of those guys you're going to see here, Buford and Lighty, were tremendous. But really, they were tremendous all year. 23 points for Buford, 18 for David Lighty, and both of them affected the game in a variety of ways. David Lighty's been doing David Lighty things since he got to Ohio State, and Buford's been making making buckets, and you got to see them every game for 4 years, and it's a thrill. It really is to watch these kids play so well.
And play together.
Play together. And that's the biggest thing. I mean, this game, I said at the start, was the best summer league game you're going to see all year, because these two teams have history. I mean, let's be honest, 2014, everybody can say it didn't matter, but I think it did. These two teams are uber competitive. These two fan bases, you said it early, were competitive with each other. It's a great environment, Paul, and great to be with you.
Oh, it's as much fun as you can have in public. And certainly for the basketball tournament, a great setting. It's got to go cite them about the Red Scare from Dayton possibly being involved again.
They need to add a couple guys. Seven guys, short bench, 3 days, really tough. And I thought Dallas Lauderdale and Jared Sullinger for 2 days did a great job of making sure that their team was fresh.
And here's what it'll look like feeding into Chicago. Carmen's Crew will play the winner out of the Salt Lake Regional. Richmond, Lexington, Syracuse, Greensboro, Wichita, and Memphis all will feed into it as well. Some great locations and some great competition going on in some of those spots.
And make no mistake, Paul, these dudes want to play for $2 million. I mean, let's be honest, you get to this game right here where you move on to the next. If you're a competitive guy, which everybody in this tournament is, you're going to play hard. Like, you're going to dive on the floor. You're going to get after it. This next game is going to be fantastic. Loyalty is Love and Fort Wayne Champs. Loyalty is Love is DeMarcus Cousins' team. They're playing in Lexington. Fort Wayne Champs is a group that's been together for a number of years. Team Hines might be the most talented group in the entire thing. And you're going to see great hoops all day here.
Absolutely. Been a lot of fun. Thanks for letting me share it with you.
Thank you. You kidding me? Thanks to everybody in the truck as well.
For Jen Hale, Dan Dockich, and our entire crew, Paul Keel saying so long from Columbus as Carmen's Crew continues their quest for a TBT title and a $2 million with an 85-71 win over Red Scare. TBT continues on ESPN with the Lexington Regional Final. Seth Greenberg and Chris Fosters. Take it away, guys.